an antidote to chaos. So it's how to keep yourself in alignment when everything else around you might be turbulent. Because we have these same questions, right? Like, what shall I do tomorrow? The most good possible in the shortest period of time. I mean, that's about an impeccable answer. If you're really committed to being of service, if you're committed to actually providing your gift, your medicine to the world, you want to do the most good in the most efficient way possible. Because there's going to be other aims and other goals for any day. Spend time with your family, enjoy yourself, all the other things. So if you're doing the most good, but you're not doing it efficiently, well, you're going to burn yourself out. So that combination of doing the most good, where you can do it, is something that all of us can set as a guide star, set as something to look towards and have our ambition aim towards. Like, what's the best thing I can do with the least amount of time and energy expended, and always try to find that thing. It's what a CEO has to do when he has all kinds of options of the things that he can do. Like, what's the best thing that I can do for my company today? Me, like the best, most good in the shortest amount of time, and then continue to repeat that over and over again. And it's what we always can do. And that's a great answer to a very important question. It's not about comparing ourselves to another person and comparing ourselves to what somebody else did, or what we imagine that somebody else did, or how happy somebody else is, or how rich they are, or how beautiful they are, or how everything else is going, what they've done. It's just saying that, no, I'm going to do a little bit more than I did last time. And that's one of the common threads of wisdom that you'll find in so many different individuals. The opponent is you of yesterday. Like, that's who you're trying to defeat. It's the you of yesterday. And that's the basis of everything that Onnit's talking about. It's how do you get a little bit better tomorrow than you are today? How do you get a little bit better next year than you were this past year? And that's the path of growth and learning. I always say, like, today I'm the idiot of tomorrow. And for all of us, that's the case. We're always doing the best we can now. And in hindsight, being the one that has learned from the one of yesterday, of course we could do better now than we did then. But back then, we did the best we could then. And that's something that's really important to remember as well. Instead of looking back as the person you are now and judging yourself and saying, oh man, I could have done this, I could have. Well, if you could have done better, you would have done better. But now you can do better because you have the knowledge and the insight and everything that you've gained from being that former person. Expanding the frame of time and expanding the frame of reference to the entirety of his life. And he answers, aim for paradise and concentrate on today. So that means setting his sights on the highest attainment of what is possible, but not focus so much on that you lose what you can do today. Because everything starts with today. It starts with now. You can't just focus on the entirety of your life, because that's way too overwhelming. But what can you do today? What small steps? Well, that might mean changing your diet. That might mean meditating or being a little bit more present. It might mean all of these different things that you can do now, or maybe starting on a long-term project. I'm about to start writing my next book. And that's, I think, what we're all really trying to do. We're trying to cut all of the strings. And some of those strings are our fears, things that we're afraid of. Afraid of not being good enough, afraid of not being loved, afraid of putting ourselves out there and failing, afraid of what other people think. Like, those are all strings that are restricting our sovereignty and freedom. And it could be our cravings, it could be our desires, our lusts, or anything that we're ambitiously going towards for our own benefit. Well, those are going to restrict our freedom as well. And we're going to have all these things, but as soon as we become aware of the strings that are controlling us, we can start to gently release them and then act in radical sovereignty and understand that we are the captains of our own fate. We are the masters of our own destiny, and we can decide what we want to do. It's that radical ownership of our life, the ability to choose what we want in the given moment and choose what we set our sights on.